All right, we're back with another episode of Sounds Like Life with Darryl Worley. This is part 2 of the Andy Griggs series.
Again, thank y'all for letting me be the guest on this, on number 1 and number 2. Yeah, man, this is, I think, the world of both of y'all. And Travis, you and I have been knowing each other for only less than a year.
You're right.
6 or 8 months, I guess, something like that.
June of 24.
A fanfare.
Yeah.
That's the first time we shook hands. And Worley, you and I go back 20 some odd years ago.
So if you want to hear more about their relationship and the things that make them tick and those types of things, catch last week's episode on all major platforms because we got into it. Well, we had some it had a little church service there for a second. Yeah, I was ready to pass the offering plate. Don't get Paul too excited because he was ready to.
Us out on the roads a lot of times. All right, so a lot of times we'll have connecting room if we do acoustic stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just me and him. They'll have our rooms connected. So, man, we'll just open the door, and, I mean, we'll talk till 1 or 2 a.m. You know how much we talk about music? Very little. Man, we'll sit there and, I mean, whether it's, a new way to skin a deer or cook a steak, or rather it's what Paul really meant when, in 1 Timothy. That's the relationship that you and I have always had, always for a long time. I remember I was driving doing something in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and this was years ago. And this just showed me where our friendship was at. One time you called me up middle of the afternoon. I haven't seen you in a little while, and as soon as I said hello, and I could tell something was weighing heavy, and you said, "Man, would you mind just me and you just pray together?" And that touched me so much. And there I was just driving around, and I pulled over in a Dick's Sporting Goods. That's where I pulled over at. And I said, Hoss, I would love to. Let's me and you. I ain't going to ask I don't even know what you're going through, and I ain't got to tell you what I'm going through. But man, I need prayer too. Let's just two old brothers over the phone praying. We don't even know what we're praying for, but somebody does. Somebody knows who we're praying for. Yeah.
He works in groanings for us.
Yes, sir, it does. That's one of my favorite passages.
I read it this morning before I left.
He moans and he groans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, sir.
And that's what's fun is people have been watching y'all's friendship and the music stuff, and you really gave them a good taste of the jokesters in you this past Christmas. Can we pull up that photo that we've got with the song that came out?
That's the most fun I've ever had recording a video.
Right here.
That's for
Santa
darn sure.
looked a lot like Daddy.
No question.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and to be perfectly honest with you, most of them is just a labor. It's just grueling.
It is. You got your business hat on the whole time.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I had my business hat off that whole day.
Yeah, there was no business hats.
I mean, and you know what? It shows.
Yeah,
it shows.
Man, we're trying to make a Christmas video, and it was 80-something degrees in
it
humid.
was.
All the humidity.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's a great... I haven't seen that picture.
Oh, so we're going to pull out some of the behind-the-scenes photos.
Great. I haven't seen these.
Could you see you in the edge of that sweater? Look. Oh, my God.
Look at Worley's face in this one.
Oh, I started playing that guy early in the video. I thought, this is going to be Griggs all the way. I'm just going to be looking at him like, hey, you lost your mind. Oh, boy.
So many good memories.
That dewdrop in was so fun. That little out of the way bar.
I had such a good time. And then my wife saw the closing scene, and she goes, tell me that wasn't your idea. I said, I promise this time I'm innocent. Look, going across the street.
Oh, that's good.
Now, that's AI right there,
man.
baby.
That needs to be me and Darryl's Christmas album photo cover for next year. That right there.
That is so fun.
Abbey Road.
I don't know what. Yeah, we'd have to call it.
You've got the.
Akron
you may not
Road.
have it in front of me. We put that one out, and there's one that you made on Broadway.
God, that's
it's a different
funny.
file, but we'll get all this. We'll kind of bring that back to life as we post all of this because people loved it. I mean, they absolutely loved it, and it was just so neat. And that's kind of the first time we got into work together on something.
Right.
And so that's fun. And man, it's just you guys are a blast, and y'all are troopers.
I just look at this, and that day I remember it really well. Like sometimes I think that we block things out of our memory because it was such a miserable day.
Yeah.
And it just, you don't even care if you ever think about it again. But I remember almost every little detail of that day. And I just remember thinking, I wish every one of my video shoots could have been this fun.
Yeah.
This was the most fun I ever had.
Wow. That's good to hear. I like that.
It was so much fun.
We almost never got you into that elf hat.
Oh, my God.
There's because how tall are you, Darryl?
Yeah, that's what I'm
You're
thinking.
What, 6?
I'm 6.5 feet tall. I was almost 6'7", but I've shrunk an inch. I forgot about all them.
I did too.
No trespassing signs, and we're cutting the tree down that it's on.
Too much fun. Too much fun. That's my favorite photo of the whole event.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, God.
I said, yeah, go ahead and use it. I looked like I'm stoned.
Man, that hat there made you 7.5 feet.
That's exactly right. It did. Yeah. And that's the one y'all picked.
And Darryl said, man, I ain't going to be able to move around if I put that hat on. Well, about 5 minutes later, you finally put that hat on. I was like, Darryl, that is it. You got to wear the hat. Yeah. It's got to be.
That ain't right.
Hey, I tell you what could be fun for our fans here. Oh, looky there. They ate this up on
we
Facebook.
We went all the way around the world with that tree.
Oh, my God, that's funny. I never had seen that picture right there.
Yeah.
The one on Broadway.
So, you joked just now, and I'm going to kind of speak this into existence. That was y'all's Christmas song last year.
Yeah.
I think we could open it up for the fans here. If you've got a Christmas request for a song next year, I mean, we had enough fun with that one. We could, maybe we could do something a little more, maybe not as comedic, but maybe a little more.
Well, we could do like a Dean and excuse me. We could do something Rat Packish with one of those songs, like Winter Wonderland or Let It Snow.
Yeah,
and
that would be
cool. He and I can do that. We can pull that off.
It's beginning to look. There's really we
I
can
love
do anything.
Bing.
Yeah. You can't beat Bing. It's Bing. And my mama of all people went, "Who's Bean?" I went, "Bing, Mama, it's Christmas Bing." And she goes, "Oh, Bing."
Somebody else asked me who's Bean.
Yeah. Fun times.
So, Travis, you weren't there when he came in to record that song, and we were sitting there just around the microphone, and we just decided just to let the tape roll and be ourselves, and that's what came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Are you laughing over? You find that?
You're over laughing, ain't you?
Funny to you?
That's old Louisiana accent versus the West Tennessee accent. There is that much difference. I giggle at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun to do it again.
Yeah. So throw out some ideas in the comments below, and I'm gonna throw out something like something acoustic with a ton of harmonies on like an old classic, almost something as simple as a Silent Night. But just to hear the two of y'all, like you did in the garden clip, but just take us to church. I mean, I think something like that would be fun. So let's see. Put it in the comments, and if we get enough traction,
sure,
it'd be fun.
They may just say, "No, we want another."
They may say,
and
"No,
they're
y'all
say,
just stop, stop it! You ruined my Christmas last year. Don't ruin it again."
Yeah.
Every time I think about my stocking.
Don't touch my stocking.
Now, it's funny. We've got those stockings, and we've got the saw from that you use there.
Auction those off for charity and keep the money.
What I want to do.
Y'all missed that.
No, but so there's some things we're going to do. We've got a painting that one of our local artists here in Paris made. That he saw the clip and made the painting of you in that, and so we'll get those items out and get them auctioned and use that to raise some money and just have some fun with it, because you guys are always so kind and caring and love doing that for folks. So now you mentioned how hot it was on that day.
It was pretty day.
Yeah, and the humidity was just
exactly.
Just
it was balmy.
And we're trying to act Christmassy.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were looking for a swimming pool.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It was grill, cold beer, and swimming pool after kind of afternoon. Yeah.
My flannel shirt was soaked.
Yeah.
It was bomb.
And especially when we put on those crazy Christmas
Sweaters.
the Christmas sweaters for that
man.
last bit. Oh, it was bad.
That's what put us in the bathroom
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, that's when we came up with the urinating.
That ain't no
ending.
That ain't no. We came up with that.
Yeah, you're gonna get him in trouble.
Don't
if you
put that on.
I
me.
gotta own it.
You gotta own it.
Okay.
Andy goes, "Come here, I got an idea."
The best part was my wife goes, "Are they really peeing?" Because she hears
Well,
enough
of
stories that
course.
she's like, "Y'all just flip the camera on, let them go." I
Of
said, "Well,
course.
so that's fun stuff." But let's shift gears because you talked about the hot day. We recently had a freezing cold video
man.
shoot
Yeah, I
for a
wanna
new
hear-
song coming out.
I didn't get like I love to be a part of everything y'all do, but it don't make sense a lot of times. And I think I was on the road.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be up for that, and so yeah, I've been wanting to hear about it.
Man, Travis and I had gone over these different ideas and you know, kind of really everybody at the label and we were had a concept going. Well, we picked a date. Well, that date with this huge front was coming in, and it snowed like crazy in
all
Tennessee and
The next
Kentucky
day.
the next day,
Yeah.
and in Arkansas, this big massive
were
snow front.
Planning a 2-day shoot.
That's right.
And cut it
Right.
and condensed it into one because we
Condensed it
knew
into
you weren't
one.
gonna get back to Kentucky.
Tell
And
him,
I
tell
mean,
him,
it was cold. I mean, like you know,
tell him just a little bit
20s and teens cold.
about your song and what it is and what you.
And then we're
shoot.
gonna play a little clip of it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah. okay.
Yeah. So go tell us a little about it.
Man, you can just tell how cold. When I first saw this video, I called up Travis and said, "Golly, I look cold. I look so intense."
But man, the
song,
lyrics.
the song is just it's a song that I've me and the guys have been playing this song for a while. Bob DePiro wrote that song, and
so
I
good,
actually
man.
recorded it a long time ago, and I liked the recording, but it became its own entity with me and the guys out on the road. And when I signed with Travis and Blue Spire, I turned around to my guys, and we all looked at each other and said, the first thing on our mind was this song, you know, Why Do I Still Want You? And I knew we were going to do a Christmas thing. I was like, well, I know of 2 songs right now already that we're going to have on the first session. So, yeah, this song has the lyrics are deep. So hopefully my cold facial expressions line up with the lyrics.
Yeah. And I will say, but as Sam's pulling this up, this is actually still what we're watching today. Probably what they will watch. We'll put the edited video in for this, won't we? Yeah. So what we're watching
'cause I
today
have-
is still Rough Draft because we got a couple edits we're gonna make today while he's in town. But
So let me tell you guys, this is so weird to hear y'all talk about this, and I'm gonna tell you why. And we can take a look at it later or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you, the same exact thing happened to us when we shot the Second Wind video. We shot that video right off of Tybee Island, and that's down in right outside Savannah, Georgia. And what it was supposed to be that weekend was beautiful, and this crazy like northern blast came in, and it was. The one thing they did say was that we just got $3 million worth of wind for nothing because the wind was insane.
Wow.
But it was down there. It went down below freezing. It was
really?
It was the coldest thing I've ever done. So I see it in your face.
look, second.
wow.
Look,
Oh my
second
God!
wind.
And I had to. And so
Look at that wind blowing. Yeah.
Listen, you can't believe what we did. I lost about 14 pounds for this video. I was all tanned up, and I had to put on clothes because I was about to die. And so it turned out great, but I'm telling you, we almost froze to death. That's
Look at it blowing your
that's
hair.
a frigid wind.
Yeah.
I mean, it was miserable, and so I can totally
Yeah,
relate.
he relates to that.
My frigid wind.
My second wind.
Sam, you about ready over there, big guy?
All right, let's see this thing.
Okay.
So are they going to be able to see this?
They'll see that they will see when they see this, they will see the final version.
Okay, super.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Wow. Sounded huge coming in, man. There you go.
Look at those
Greg.
biceps.
I got in my car and let it roll.
Oh, yeah.
I headed down a new patch of road. Didn't know how far I'd go. I just got in my car and let it roll. Smoking my last cigarette. But I ain't stopping yet. Getting just as far as I can get. Just smoke my last cigarette. Tell me, why do I still see you? Tell me, why do I still care?
Yeah, man.
Tell me, why do I still feel you? Like you're here whispering in my ear. Tell me why. Why do I still want you?
I know, man.
Kicks right there.
I ain't looking in the rearview mirror, watching those miles disappearing. No, my future ain't much clearer, but I ain't looking in the rearview mirror. I got my eye on that horizon.
Yeah, man.
The moon is down and the sun is rising. It's 2 degrees. Hey, am I living or am I dying? But I've got my eye on that horizon. Tell me, why
Yeah,
do
man.
I still see you?
That's so good.
Tell me, Thank you,
Oh,
Darryl.
it's good.
do I still
This sounds like a
care?
hit to me on today's country radio.
Tell me, why do I still feel you?
Man.
Like you're here whispering in my ear. Tell me why. Why do I still want you? Gotta find a way to make myself forget. But my yesterdays, they ain't over yet. Tell me, why do I still see you? Tell me, why do I still care? And tell me, why do I still feel you? Just like you're here whispering in my ear. Tell me why. Why do I still want you?
Yes, that's good, man.
Man, I had to pee the whole time. I don't care if you peed like 5 minutes ago. It was cold enough to where you got to pee again.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about something right here just for a second that I say this all over the world, and I bet you these guys right here will back me up. And I mean, I've lived in Louisiana for several years, but when it gets cold in West Tennessee, it's as cold as you'll ever feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can tell you. I've felt it cold in Louisiana, but because we have a lot of that moisture in the air here too,
Yeah.
man, when it gets down in the teens here, it's brutal.
It's that Delta moisture.
Absolutely, is what it is.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's brutal. It is. I've had so many friends that have come, even people that worked for me on the road that were from out in the Midwest and out in Colorado and places like that, where it'll go 20 below. They're not uncommon to see those temperatures and come here. One of my buddies was drive for me some, and he was also my stage manager. He said, was coming home, it was about in the teens, and he said, when I get home, I'm going to put a battery on my old Suburban. I said, okay. I didn't say a word, man. He called me about an hour and a half after we got home. He said, I can't feel my hands.
Yeah.
I said, and it was in Nashville.
Right.
It's even worse here
Right.
of that moisture that we talking
It's
about.
wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah, well, Travis, you guys, all of y'all did a great job.
It's a
recording
beautiful,
y'all's eyes. Man, y'all's production is 100%, man. So I
appreciate that.
I thank y'all for y'all were the magic I wasn't. Y'all were
And
having
what
to
you and your
put
guys-
up with what I was offering was
What you and your guys did with this track and
Yeah.
this song and the harmonies, man, alive, dude.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very, like I said, I'm very, very, very excited, and I'm probably more excited about this single than any other single I've been a part of. I really am.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Because I think because it just sticks out there like a big light over here,
dude.
and
It's so
vocally, just everything is right on the money.
It puts you. I was just getting ready to say it puts your vocal in a place where I don't think anybody has ever heard you before.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, and it's just spot on. It's like laser guided, and it's also, this song is very, very timely and relatable, and I think it's gonna translate in this day and time. Man, that could be a huge hit for you.
Yeah. I'm man, if
you
all
may get some major
the
radio
stars
acts.
line up, and man, all the T's and I's are done just right. I think we got us a good old hit on our hands there, Mr. Travis.
Well,
We just speak it.
Yeah.
We
You
speak
speak
it
that
and
into
claim
being.
it right now in
Yeah,
Jesus' name,
yeah.
baby.
Man, I'm so fortunate on what a hit that it already has become.
That's what I like.
There you
Come
go.
on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, it's so interesting because we talked in depth, like you said, in the planning process of how to bring that story to life. And, it was so much fun for our team because in the last year, we've gotten to produce, this is our fourth music video. And we've done everything from tractor time out in the field, partying, cutting, bush hogging and racing tractors and all kinds of stuff with it. We did a comedic Christmas in a bar for Santa Daddy. Sydney Mack, one of our artists on the label, has a song coming out called House of Blues, where we burnt a house down.
Okay.
So we had that approach, and then seeing the diversity that our team is getting to do in its first year is so much fun.
That is pretty crazy.
But I loved getting to work with you on this because, again, our first time to really dive into a project and talk about, and I'd love to just kind of talk out loud a little bit so that people can see. I really wish we would have recorded some of those conversations for the people that like to hear, why, in that video, you were very careful to make sure that it's open-ended, that it's not just you being depressed. It might be a good thing that you're leaving.
That's
her.
right.
And just all the different angles of that we tried to capture of.
I think you get it all. I got it all.
It's why do I still want you? Because I love you, but I hate you, but you're good for me, but you're not good for me, but you're.
She did a great job too.
Haley was
Man,
great.
She did a great-
Haley, and she was the makeup artist, and we were like, well, we need that ghost, not necessarily ghost meaning someone that's died,
Right.
but that ghost of someone who's there but not there.
Still haunting you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or not.
Right, or not. Yeah, and Travis over the phone said, well, we got the girl. She's going to be doing the makeup, and she did great, bless her
She's
heart.
awesome.
I know she was freezing, all of us were.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
she
I
played her
auditioned for
part
that
great.
but I didn't get it.
Mike Murphy saying he auditioned for her role and he got cut.
I didn't get it. Yeah.
He called me
I
up
don't know.
beforehand.
I didn't vote. I'm sorry. I missed on. I would have thrown you a bone.
Well, if you saw the pictures of him earlier,
I don't know if we're bold enough to put one of those pictures up.
if you saw those pictures of him
smart aleck.
earlier, and that's not AI.
Yeah. So
There's nothing intelligent about that.
Man, that song is so. That was that was a very important conversation that I felt like we all needed to have. Is this is not your typical sad song, and this is not me. This is not me living my life missing you.
Right.
This is just you visiting me. Why do you visit me like you do? And, rather that person's, you haven't seen that person in 20 years, whether the person's 6 feet underground, or rather that person is, you see on a daily basis. Why do you visit me the way you do in my mind every now and then? And to me, that was the coolest aspect of the song. So that was the frame of mind that I had in going in and recording it, and especially doing the vocals and the background vocals. Is, man, this is not a Hank Sr. kind of a thing.
Yeah,
this is a good, almost a salute.
Yeah,
almost one of those.
Now, but then you get that hook. And, to me, this is one of the things. I love like a hook in a song that's undeniable. And then I love a hook that's not necessarily a life-changing hook. It's the way you write the song around it.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what this is.
And then deliver it.
Exactly. Right. And then you get that hook, and it means so much more when you get it, because even watching the video, you're like, man, this had all the right elements and it had the right mindset.
Yeah.
But then you get the hook and it kind of goes, oh yeah, but it's in there deep.
I love that. I love that scene when I'm stepping in and there's Haley, and we hadn't even rehearsed it at all. We just spoke it and said, all right, Haley, you're in here, but you're not. Okay. Yeah. So
yes.
All of a sudden, that scene when I get into the car and I look at her, and we actually have that half of a second of a moment, and she's about to speak, and then and then it shows from another angle. No, she's not in there.
She's gone.
That's the whole gist of the song. And
that was the best scene for me.
Yeah, that's a great scene. It kind of ties everything together. To me, it's it's that bridge that that connects everything. So that was a great scene. She did a good job, and. I remember telling her, I said, you know what's funny? She said, what? And I said, I got underwear older than you. That's when we were driving around.
At least socks.
Well, who was in the back seat filming?
Probably Sam.
I guess it was Sam that was, filming, and we were just sitting there talking. He goes, well, there's not going to be audio. Y'all can talk about whatever, So we're sitting there, and I'm driving, and he's right between us filming, and I said, I got socks older than you. We're driving. And I said, are you cold? And she goes, no, I'm fine. I'll be all right.
Andy.
Okay.
All right. Now,
that was his audition photo.
You know what's going to happen?
I don't know how she got that over you.
We encouraged that, and now he's going to wind up making the big deal with
Shania Twain.
And he's going to have his own podcast, and I'm going to be out in the street again.
He'll be that guy going, back in the day when I knew those guys, I hope they're doing well.
That's what's going to happen.
Shania, Taylor, y'all sit down and let's talk about the videos that I'm in.
That's Mike. He's stepping in.
Yeah. Now, you sang all the background vocals on that, didn't you?
No. I didn't want to do that. I definitely wanted to do that baritone, the drag, the bluegrassy drag.
Okay.
So I had that in mind. So that is a 3-part right there. I had Doug, who helped produce. Doug's got that's the. So Doug did the high end, and that's me on the low end. And I was going to do my keyboard player. He's a great baritone singer, and when we were in there, I said I want it drag, but he's not really a bluegrass guy, man. He's kind of a rock horse from Detroit. And I'm singing the parts for him, and he goes, "Well, can you go in there and hit it for me real quick so I can listen back?" And I hit it, and he gets on there and he goes, just stay in there and do it. Why are we going to beat up this horse? So
exactly.
Yeah, I stayed in there and did those drags, because I was listening to that kind of harmony while I was singing the lead. I was like, all right, I want to hit this just right. I want to hit this lead because I want the drag baritone to go, why, that kind of a thing. So you a lot of times you have to prepare for that singing the lead, because the lead don't need to be going crazy. If you want a harmony part going crazy, the lead needs to stay a long highway that's straight, and then you let that harmony guy go after it, and
Well, I think that's what makes this song so catchy, and hopefully we'll hear people singing it because you can sing the lead to it, and you can that's going to get stuck in your head.
Well, I hope my son watches it as much as he watches me and Darryl right now on the. Still, here it is, mid-February. Next week is Valentine's Day, and I still at night have to listen to me and you about 6 times on his little iPad. And he's learned how to hit it, and man, as soon as me and you get through peeing. He rewinds it
right down to the last drop. That's so funny to me because, but you think about, kids young, why wouldn't he love it? It's colorful. It's got all that.
Sings along with it.
It's gotta be fun, man.
Yeah, he even knows the talking, and he even does this. He even does this when we go way up.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's great. Well,
son, my life has changed so much since.
Told you.
Yeah, you did. You told me.
It's
but
funny
I mean,
now.
I'm telling you though, man. I'll tell you what else I told him. I said it's going to be the greatest change that you'll ever go through.
I was scared to death.
Yeah,
and you told me. You said, "Man, don't be scared. Just take everything as it comes, and it'll be the greatest ride of a lifetime." It's actually what you said.
That's right.
And it is. It is becoming that.
And it's fun when I'll call him. And I'll call him a couple times, and he'll answer and go, "Hey, I gotta call you back. I'm laying with Mason." I'm like, "Dude,
I'm trying to get that son going to go to sleep."
And I'm like, "Man, listen, that's one thing. That's one thing I cherish. I mean, I cherish those moments of getting to spend time." Looks like your wife's walking in the door over there, and she spent all the money in downtown Paris. We appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm sure she bought everything for Mason too.
Good, good. Well, fellas,
wow.
I think we made this a two-parter, but I guarantee you this won't be the last time he's on the show.
Man, thank you for sharing this this new project and your video and talking about your new song and stuff with us. This I think is really and truly the bread and butter of what we do here at this podcast is like, bringing people that we love and that we're fans of, and get to see some of this before it even comes out. This is a big deal for my viewers, so I appreciate it more.
And I love us not having a script or not even having we don't even have an outline that we're going by. I'm following you, you're following me, and Travis is trying to whip us into lasso us when we get out of bounds. But again, man, this is it's always worth the drive seeing both of y'all, man. Both of y'all. So thanks.
Thank you for watching this episode, wherever you're watching or listening to. Of course, the Sounds Like Life podcast is available on all major platforms. Kind of got my radio voice going there.
You sure do.
Yeah.
You sound like a morning DJ out of Kansas City.
Let's see. What was his name? I don't know. That was T.J. McIntyre.
Sounds Like Life with Darryl Worley is a Blue Spire music production. Hosted by Darryl Worley and Travis McLeese. Produced and edited by Mike Murphy and Sam Hudson. Set designed by Sam Hudson. Theme song Sounds Like Life to Me by Darryl Worley. Executive producers Paul Perry, Julian Drennan, and Travis McLeese.
It's just a common case of everyday reality.